Okay, this is a kind of critique for the people whose speeches I had trouble finding, and we'll go through those. We're doing it by fantasy names. So, Scarf, let's talk about yours first. Um, this has no flow. It's just you saying sentence and then another sentence and then another sentence, and it doesn't carry any kind of communication with it. The picture is so dark I can't see your eyes. That's just an absolute necessity. I've got to have light on your face. There's no audience. Lack of an audience will cause you to fail a speech. I'm giving you a break on this one, but if in the future you do not have the required audience, the speech will be recorded as an F. It's an absolute requirement in the class. Um, you talked about getting into Phantom Regiment. Late in the speech, I figured out that you were talking about color guard, but I'm sitting there trying to figure out what you got in Phantom Regiment on. Just for your information, for many years I produced the national broadcast on PBS of Drum Corps International, so I'm very familiar with the activity and have traveled all over the country doing features on all of the corps and know a lot about it. So you keep in mind that from time to time when you're talking to somebody in your audience, they know more or as much than you know. The shot composition, please review the previous critiques about how the shots are supposed to be composed. Get some energy. You even sound bored in your own speech. I couldn't tell about eye contact because of the lighting. Because of that, I also couldn't tell about distracting mannerisms. Um, the ending that you had on your speech was horrible because you just die. You're just kind of like, okay, that's it. Well, come on, build to something. You're telling a story. Every speech you give in this class has got to have some kind of a compelling storyline to it. So keep that in mind. For the most part, on all of the items that are in the evaluation form, you are doing fairs, and in some cases you got some poor marks on that, and things where you marked in poor. We're preparing the audience for the ending, a vivid ending, organization well planned, those kinds of things. You want to be vocal variety, communicated enthusiasm. You want to make sure you take care of all of that. Next is raccoon. Okay, very good outline. Nice job. Again, the shot is too far away. You're standing in front of two very bright lights. Your camera iris is having trouble, and as a result, I can't see your eyes. You keep hearing me talk about this. Eye contact is crucial. There's a room noise from a blower, I believe, and it's making it hard for me to hear and understand what you're saying. You were very close on the minimum time. My clock does not start until you actually start giving your speech. So don't time it from the time you turn on the camera. That doesn't count. You must show your audience. I only saw the backs of their heads. In fact, I basically only saw the back of their head because they're sitting on a couch and they're slinking down in the couch, and I don't even know if they're really human beings. Shoot straight in, compose the shot as per instructions that we've talked about in previous videos. Review the comments on the previous videos that I posted so that you can hear and gain from that. Watch those bright lights. They're causing problems. Relax. Have some fun. Don't be so regimented when you speak, especially that speech where you can do things and be a little lighter in your approach to it. Mommers. That speech that you gave was a very good presentation. You want to fix the camera shot again, do the things that we're talking about. Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm the camera. Don't talk to your audience. I don't want to see you doing this. I don't want to see you talking to people over there. Talk to me. I'm the one that's giving you the grade. I've got to be able to see all of these things. Now, in a normal speech, yeah, you'd do a little eye contact with the audience. But for me, because I've got to judge this, and I'm not in a classroom with you where I can see, I can only see what you're showing me. I saw no sign of speaker's notes or outlines. This also applies to previous speakers. The reason for doing those speaker notes or speaker outline is that you have it in your hand and use that as how to get from this point to that point. But you know, you want to make sure that you have that. Watch the tisk. You are using the tisk. That's the one where when you're talking, you make a sound with your mouth, and it's really annoying. You had a very good opening, very nice energy, nice storytelling process. Be aware of the background and what's in the shot. When there's any kind of a lull, the audience's eyes will go to whatever else they can see. So you want to keep the background and the picture as neutral as possible so there's nothing there to distract people. Overall, it was a very well done speech. And for you to watch the previous critiques that I've posted, and especially about the audience and the camera shots. You did an outstanding job on your outline format with your speaking outline. You communicated enthusiasm extremely well, and I believe you held the interest of the audience. Next up is Trojans. Interesting story. You don't have the proper camera shot. I can't see your face. You and one of the previous speakers apparently shot your videos in the same room with the same distracting lights and noise. You did the same thing with the audience. I can't see them. Please review the instructions about how you're supposed to show me your audience. Again, no visible outline or notes. The blower noise is there, as I mentioned in the previous speech. Shoot straight in, just like this camera shot is right now. Notice an inch or two above the head, essentially the bust line. This is the shot I want to see, and I want you to talk directly to me in the camera when you do this stuff. Be sure to show the audience. Please review the comments on the previous critiques that I've made for people. You had decent introduction to the topic. Your main points are clear. Your language is clear. You're doing some fair work on preparing the audience for an ending and vivid ending, and also on vocal variety to add impact. Watch the room that you're in and the lights and what it looks like. Get me a better camera shot. Also, make sure that when you turn in papers, speech outline, speaker notes, you have your name on every page of every paper you turn in for the class. Otherwise, if they get disconnected, then they get lost. So that's the critique for the speeches that I couldn't find and have now found. We're up to date on every speech that I have received. The grades will reflect that. And we're going to go on and make a special video for the class to prepare you for what's coming. So that's it. You have a great one, and thank you for getting the speeches to me. And don't forget, email everything to me. Do not post anything in messages or any other part of Blackboard. And again, as always, if any of you have any questions, call me. All right? Have a great one. Bye.